Okay, so to show you guys now the car. Now the negatives to me is that it comes with car sensors. I'm sorry about that. Tire sensors. And we're gonna go through that right now. Now, knowing my Dodge Ram, tire sensors are expensive, like ridiculously expensive for the Ram. Now, I don't know about this vehicle, but for the Ram, it was like around $200. And again, don't quote me on that. It's just trying to remember. It was expensive per tire. At least 100 and something per tire. But they're expensive. And then if one goes out, they're eventually all gonna go out. So if one goes out, might as well replace all of them. And it gets annoying if you do not replace them, because you'll get a warning light and it will stay on. So it's better just to replace them, get them out of the way. Now, for a few miles, it's great. And again, I know I was going to talk about the negatives since we're already here. Just with 98 miles, I'm at 25 miles per gallon, the average of fuel economy. That's city and highway. So as you can see there, and how expensive it is to use regular gas. I put $44 and it gave me a full tank of gas, you know, close to E. You get the point. So it's not that expensive to fill up, and it doesn't use up gas if you drive not much like I do. So, you know, I can probably make this last between a week and a half just going back and forth to work if I don't do as much driving as I have been doing. The interior, I love the interior, and again, I know I'm supposed to go backwards, but since we're already here, might as well deal with it. I love the interior. I love how simple it is to deal with the interface, and I'm glad that all, you know, my heat and all this stuff is not in the interface. I do not want to be looking for buttons on the touchscreen. I'd just rather just be able to feel for the buttons and just turn on what I need to turn on. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the park, reverse, neutral, and drive. I'm not a fan of it, but I can't say I hate it neither. I'm just in between. I just prefer having a stick shift here, but at the same time, because that is here, I have more room for my things. Again, I definitely hate this. This is where you can shift manually to do low, so like I guess low gearings. But I do not, I hate it because it's for one, it's in the wrong position for you to be shifting gears. So an example, let's say if I'm driving, I gotta be able to hit to the next gear. I gotta basically keep my hand here and one hand in the steering wheel. So it kind of makes no sense even for this button to even exist. Now, when I made my other videos, I thought the back buttons here are the paddle shifters option, but it's not. It's actually the volume button, and I'm gonna show you guys now. So it's the volume button, and also to change, so the left side is to change track, and I'm gonna show you guys now. It's these buttons right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that's your volume. So again, I thought it was going to be about the shifting manually. So that I 100% hate. I wish they had a better cubby space here to put your phone, because this is remote start or button start, or push button start, however you want to call it. This right here, I do like this. It's simple, you know, you change your modes. And again, I know the sun is not going to let you, but 4x4 and going off-road is also here. But another thing I wish this space was much bigger. I know I already got stuff in here, my mask and some stuff here, but I wish it was kind of bigger. I'm glad it does have an LED light, but I just wish that was a little bit bigger, because you will be sharing space with your passenger, putting your armrest down. One thing I also do not like about this car is that this one doesn't have an LED light. So you saw that the armrest has an LED light, but this one doesn't. So that kind of makes no sense. I do like the interior. Definitely love the seat, you know, and the stitching and the designs. I'm not a big fan of that fake wood that they put on. They also got it there, and also with those. And I think the back side does too. Yep, it has it also. So I'm not a big fan of that. Another thing that I really hate about this car is the auto stop feature. So reasons why I hate it. I know it's supposed to save you gas, but let's say you come to a stop sign and you're going to stop for a few seconds to wait for everybody to pass by. But when it's your turn to go and the car, you know, you want to give it gas, you have to wait until the motor actually, like, you know, re-kicks up for you to go. And you can kind of feel the clunk where you know like something's going to go bad with the starter or the motor. Something's going to go eventually bad. And the wear and tear is going to be so much worse than what you're going to save on gas. Like I don't agree with that auto stop feature. Because this car is new, the biggest problem, but it's more of my fault, I tend to forget to turn off my vehicle. I put it in park, and because I'm so used to, you know, pushing a button and it turns off the vehicle, so usually I just put it in park and I'm already assuming that I turned it off and I walk out. And then I hear that there's gonna be 3 beeps. We'll do that in a bit. We'll do 3 honks, you know, the horn honks at me and letting me know that I left something is wrong with the vehicle, because it does it multiple times. Like if you leave the keys in the car, it also honks at you even if the car is turned off. So it's basically letting you know something is left on. I think it also does it when you do you leave your lights on. It also honks to let you know that something is left wrong in your car. Another thing I do not like about this car is, and I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna actually get out the car to show you guys, since we already talked about the layout. I love the layout though. Let's talk about it right now. I love these buttons. I love the whole thing. Now this steering skin, I put that on myself so I don't, you know, the wheel doesn't get damaged. I do like this it's like brushed aluminum, but it's fake, but it looks nice. But the one thing I also do not like about this vehicle is the sensors for the seats. So these sensors, and what it is, when you, let's say I'm gonna lock it in place and I slam it in place, it will still, if it doesn't detect that it's locked, your screen, which we're gonna go to it, your screen here in the dash will say rear seats hatch not locked, and it would bother you until you try to lock them. And I get it, it's a safety feature, because if you have a car seat and that seat folds forward, it comes with a lot of force to fold forward. But it should have better sensors to where when you slam it, it should know that it's completely slammed down, locked in place. But this car is super quiet. I'm gonna show you guys the engine bay. So this is the Ecotec motor, and again, it's nice layout. It's clean. I don't understand really much about the technology of this vehicle. I do work on cars and my motorcycle, but this kind of looks like a BMW type of thing. When I had a 2006 325 Xi, it would have the modular sitting on top of the battery, so this kind of looks like that also, like the BMW. But I do like the layout, and the good thing about this is that the turbo is sitting up top, so if the turbo needed service, it's very easy to get to the turbo. At least that's what I would picture. Some turbos could be tucked on the left side. Sometimes they're underneath where the exhaust is at. So this layout is actually very convenient for them to work on it. That's going to be my guess. But like I said, they made it very spacious to work on. The things that I'm not a big fan of, there's a lot of gaps here where you can see that they cheaped out. And I know you guys are not going to see this in camera, but even that's just foam stuffed inside of there. There you go. Now you can see it. That's just foam stuffed inside. That's all it is. So there's not much, closing this off from the engine bay. And I know like they cheaped out, which again, I can't be mad, because as long as the customers can get it at the best price and it doesn't look bad, it just looks cheap. So, and a thing that I wish that this vehicle did come with is not this pump. So my 2010 Dodge Ram and my 2015 Ford F-150, the twin turbo one, they all had shocks. So the shock would come here on both sides, and when you lift up, it stays in place. You don't got to worry about the stick. With this new vehicles, we shouldn't even be having sticks anymore. It should just be shocks. But that's one of the things I wish it had. The things that I love about this vehicle though is the headlights. I love the headlights. I love the blacked out rim, the grill. I'm sorry, I don't like, I'm not a big fan of chrome. When I was younger, yeah, chrome was everything. But now when you get older, it's just, you like stealth. I do love these rims. They're alloy and they're 17 inches. I would, if I had the money, I would upgrade them though. But I do love that. One thing I do hate about this vehicle also is all the plastic trim. The reason why I hate plastic trims is that they tend to fade and they can crack. I'm just not a big fan of plastic trims. Now on top of that, you can see that there's panel gaps. Now again, this vehicle, I think it's 2 years old. There's panel gaps in there. That's not okay. And again, for being 2 years old, there's, oh, well, that's just dirt. But anyways, you still get the point though. It has panel gaps. You can't get plastic to form perfectly on metal sheet. And again, look, 2 years old, and look at the panel gap. So I'm just not a fan of plastic. So if you're not a fan of plastic, this type of vehicle is not going to be for you. Because I do have a solution to it. Is to bring the shine back out and to bring the black back out. But once that shine goes away, the problem comes right back. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can see how the shine is going away, so the problem is coming right back. So that's the problem with plastic trims from the outside. Like inside doesn't matter. The heat doesn't get to it, or the sun ray, or however you want to call it, won't deteriorate the color. So to show you guys passenger side, again, just showing you guys the door. The back. So it has an armrest for your back passengers. Now I kind of wish it had like official cup holders, but it kind of does. It's just if you had like a Coke bottle, you lay it here and it would face that way. But I wish it had like a drop down one. But regardless, it does the trick. To show you guys the trunk space. So this is the trunk space. And again, what's very convenient about this car, and I'm so glad that they came up with the solution, is that it has these buttons here. So once you press these buttons, these fold down, and they fold down with a lot of force. So I'm gonna fold down one of these. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it in camera. There's that one. It will fold the other one so you can see it. So they go down with a lot of force. But yeah, just pressing these buttons, so it's very convenient. You don't have to walk to the front, to the back passengers and unlock it. So it does have more storage in the bottom down here, so you can put your jumper cables, your winter stuff, and then in the very bottom, I'm not gonna be able to. Oh, here we'll be able to lift it up right here. In the very bottom, you got your spare tire. So again, it's very convenient how they did it. I'm glad they did it this way, so you have double storage. So then you fold this back and you just close it. And then that's your full storage. Now back up so you guys can see it. Full storage. This does have a backup camera. Let's see if I can show you guys the backup camera. I don't know if the light's gonna let me, but it's right underneath the plate. It's right here. And again, the camera, there we go, it focused. So it's right there. So I do love the design of the vehicle. I love, I'm not a big fan of the color. It's supposed to be gray, but depending on the sunlight, it will turn into basically green. Depending on the dirt and the dust that's on it, it can change their colors. So like right now, it looks green instead of gray. But the overall, I do love the vehicle. We're gonna get into the reverse camera. The quality for the reverse camera is not good, and we're gonna get into that right now. So again, I gotta press the brakes all the way down and then hold this button right here for the reverse, push back, and here's the reverse camera. Now on this camera, the one you guys are seeing me on, the screen looks much better, but in person it's worse compared to what you guys are seeing it. It's kind of hard to explain. The details is not very good for the flowers or the trees. The details is not good, but it does its job, so I can't complain. And it also has where if you move the steering wheel, everything moves, the lines moves with it. So again, to put it in park, just press the button. It lets me know that I put it in park. Oh, and I forgot, so you guys can see the time that it does when I close all the doors and the car is running and I left the keys in the car. Oh, it didn't do it. It's probably because the hood is up. But anyway, so it does a time. It lets you know that the keys are left inside. It lets you know that you left the car running. But anyway, so then what is the other one? I'm trying to remember. And I can't remember the top of my head. Oh, the one thing that I remember, the one thing I love, it does have a hotspot, but you have to pay for it through OnStar. If you pay for it, you will have hotspot everywhere, or technically almost everywhere. So that's also, you know, very convenient. So let's say your AT&T or whatever carrier you have doesn't have internet at that specific spot because of the service, and let's say OnStar's Wi-Fi does, you're able to still make calls and, you know, do what you got to do through their Wi-Fi or their hotspot. So again, I love that. I do not have my phone on me right now, so you guys can see the Apple CarPlay or the Android, but it's very simple. You just connect your, so like I have Apple, so I just connect my cord to the Apple phone and it automatically just pops up onto the screen. And whatever it's on the interface of my Apple, it will show up here, so I can do Siri, or I mean like a Safari or the maps. So whatever I do off of that, it shows up here. So it's very simple, very easy. You technically don't even need a GPS, you know, connected to your vehicle, because you can just use your phone and the map will just literally show up here. It's beautiful. I love it. This car is very convenient. It's an economy car. I've been having just one issue with this car, and it's been this side where the speaker is. Now I don't know if that speaker is blown or there's just something rattling inside that door, or something is, you know, trash, which I'll check. Well, I'm not gonna check right now, but anyways, either that speaker is blown or there's something loose behind that door when you know, when music is being played very loud. But that's my only complaint. But everything so far has been working with this vehicle. I love this vehicle, can't complain, other than that auto stop feature. I hate it, not a fan of it. I'm still trying to figure out if I can talk to the dealership to disable it somehow, or if they got some way to disable it. But anyways, so to come back to me, let me flip this screen around. So everybody, that is my review, the positives and the negatives and the things that I wish it had. Now mind you, this is a 1.5 liter engine. It's not a fast vehicle. You can do a little chirp of burnout with your tires, but when you're coming to try to change lane on the highway and you step on the gas, it's not a fast vehicle. So if somebody's going super fast, don't cut in front of them, because they're going to rear end you, because this vehicle is not fast. It's not meant to be fast. It's a 1.4. It's very small, and even with that little turbo, is a little baby turbo, it's not doing nothing. So don't expect this to be a rocket when it's not a rocket, and it's not meant to be a rocket. This is a family vehicle to get you from A to B, and it's meant to save gas. So that's just one of those things. Like, if you want a faster, you love this model, get like a 2.0 with a turbo, or Denali motor, or get some other vehicle that looks like this, but that doesn't have a 1.4. Now me, I have my motorcycle, and I go super fast on that bike. It has, I can do power wheelies because of how much torque it has. So all my adrenaline rush and all the speeding I do on that bike. This car is just to get me from A to B to work, and that's about it. So I don't need this car to go fast. Now if I needed a car to go fast, then I would have bought something different. So yeah, so I hope I was able to help somebody out there. I hope this video was able to bring new subscribers, more likes, more comments. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I finally got monetized. I need as much views as I can, much likes and comments and subscribes, to push my channel up and above as much as I possibly can, and to reach for the stars. So if you can subscribe to the channel, put a like, put a comment, and always drive safe, ride safe, and be safe, and enjoy your holidays that will be coming up, which is Halloween, Christmas, the New Year's, all of those beautiful holidays. Enjoy them, and I'll definitely catch you guys on the next video.